I'm very excited today to introduce to you Vis-CAT, the Visual Cognition Assessment Tool. Did you know that some people have difficulty understanding and making sense of what they see? Just like finding Wally, for example. People with this problem have difficulty processing the visual information that travels from the eyes to the brain. It can affect just how much visual detail they can take in and understand in one hit. And it's important to note that this isn't a problem associated with the need for spectacles or for eyesight. It's a visual information processing disorder. Most importantly, it can impact our overall learning experiences, and in children in particular, can impede or hinder their learning journey. It's not uncommon. 1 in 5 children with learning difficulties have a visual processing problem. And what's worse is currently there is no routine screening of visual processing skills in the early primary years when children start school. So these children indeed may fall through the cracks. Therefore, delayed identification can lead to negative learning experiences, poor learning outcomes, and much frustration by all involved because they just don't know what the problem is. Furthermore, it can lead to reduced literacy. And most importantly, in our adult years, can affect our quality of life with problems such as unemployment and poor mental health. Early identification is therefore crucial. It allows teachers to better understand a child's learning needs so that they can provide the tailored learning plan and support programs that are required for each individual child and avoid that sense of failure. So, for early identification, we've created Vis-CAT. It's a validated visual cognition screening tool. It's simple, fun, it's a connect the dots game, and it's currently in a paper pencil format and can easily be administered in any classroom environment. So, with early identification, teachers can then tailor their learning programs and support plans to suit the child at the very beginning. And that will therefore improve learning outcomes, allow for positive learning experiences, and much less frustration by all involved. During the TRAM Track Program, I explored who perhaps would be our potential early adopters in using Vis-CAT and identified teachers and heads of school as being our key stakeholders. We also identified parents with a lived experience of learning difficulties were also key stakeholders in this space. Both groups reported a keen desire to include Vis-CAT in their respective domains. And in fact, 100% of the teachers that we surveyed and interviewed all agreed, and strongly agreed, I might add, that visual cognition should be routinely tested in young children starting school, especially in order to optimise those learning outcomes. So, in short, no child with a visual processing problem will fall through the cracks with Vis-CAT. For our next steps, I'm a team of 1. I'd like to see our pencil or my pencil paper Vis-CAT tool to be advanced into a digital platform. So we're certainly looking for some partners or collaborators to help support that process with software development expertise. And then we'd like to trial that digital platform in some key schools from some of our key stakeholders, with the view that we can then integrate this tool into pre-existing screening programs in mainstream primary schools, both independent as well as public. In case any of you are wondering, there is Wally. Please feel free to connect through the QR code, and I'd be very, very delighted to speak to any of you later on at the networking session after the presentations. Thank you so much.